Uh-oh, looks like this patient is a goner. But wait, what's that we hear? A heartbeat? Perhaps this is the case of a near-death experience. A near-death experience is an unusual occurrence that takes place on the brink of death, and its common characteristics include a sense of being dead, painlessness, and peace, an out-of-the-body experience, and sometimes the feeling of passing through a tunnel towards a comforting light. Many studies have been done on the phenomena of near-death experiences, from researchers including anthropologists, theologists, biologists, and chemists. Alright, so let's start with the study of humans, also known as anthropology. Anthropologists believe that a near-death experience is an in-between state of consciousness and unconsciousness in a complex world in which one reevaluates past and future events. When a person endures a near-death experience, there's a substantial impact. It can be either negative or positive, with a major change in their personality or a worldview perspective. This directly relates to the spiritual aspects of near-death experiences. Interpretations of near-death experiences are sometimes influenced by religious and psychosocial teachings about death and afterlife beliefs upon the individual. The experiencer may encounter a being of light, could either be God or another spiritual deity. Some people during this state describe themselves being engulfed by a sense of unconditional love as they encounter the being of light. Individuals may experience a reevaluation of one's life during their NDE. The individuals are not judged by the being of light. Rather, it's a personal judgment by the experiencer, and at times the person may be reluctant to return to his or her former life. Usually, near-death experiences are positive rather than negative. The negative near-death experiences are reported to be associated with a sense of extreme fear, panic or anger, a sense of helplessness, and visions of demonic creatures. So we've discussed the religious and spiritual views of NDEs. Now let's get to the fun part, biology. For scientists, NDEs are a very interesting but minimally understood topic. In order not to clash with many religious opinions, researchers say they cannot rule out a spiritual explanation. Rather, their job is to find out what is going on. A recent study shows that right after clinical death, the brain is still sending electrical signals for another 30 seconds. These electrical surges at near death often exceed levels in a living state. These signals may contribute to the mystical experiences. In this time, the heart and brain also sync with each other, while more than a dozen neurochemicals like dopamine and norepinephrine are released, possibly causing the strikingly real feeling of an NDE. The only problem? This study was done on rats, and as we know, rats' brains don't exactly work the same as our complex human mind. As you can see, human brains are far more advanced than rats. So how does chemistry relate to near-death experiences? Scientists do not have all the answers, as NDEs are complex and emotionally charged. NDEs could be caused by abnormal functioning of dopamine and oxygen flow. Dopamine plays a number of important roles in the human brain and body. Other possible causes of NDEs is a lack of brain oxygen, increased carbon dioxide, the release of endorphins, a surge of steroids, epinephrine and adrenaline, ketamine or DMT. Endorphins are chemicals in our body that reduce the sense of pain and cause happiness. Ketamine is the animal equivalent that is released when animals are attacked. Dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, is released in the brain as it's slowly dying. If scientists don't know the exact chemistry of NDEs, how do they have these hypotheses? Let's get back to the rat experiment. To find the chemistry basis of NDE, chemists took 9 rats while they were awake, under anesthesia, and undergoing cardiac arrest. They looked particularly at gamma waves. Neurons in the brain fire at different frequencies, with these frequency bands correlating to different types of brain waves. Gamma waves occur at the highest of frequencies and therefore carry more information than other brain waves. The team found several signs of conscious activity in all 9 of the dying rats' brains. Within the first 30 seconds after cardiac arrest, there was a sharp increase in sync gamma frequency power. Finally, the researchers saw cross-frequency coupling between low-frequency gamma rays and theta waves and low alpha waves, where different electrical waves work together in the rat's brain after cardiac arrest. When theta waves couple with gamma waves, it represents a conscious control of the brain. Alpha-gamma coupling, on the other hand, is a feature of visual activation, which includes internal visualization and may create the light. But remember, although this study was done on rats, human brains may work the same way. So until further research has been done, stay tuned!